I'm back, guys. Now I am going to show you how I edit my videos after I shoot them. This is the one that I shot in the last episode with my iPhone. So I've downloaded it into my Premiere Rush so you can see different projects that I've worked on here. And I created a new project and I downloaded just one of my videos right now from, let's say, in this case, I'm doing the oil, and I'm going to go backward and I'm going to show you something else that happened. And then you're going to be like, oh, what? And then I'm going to show you exactly why we need to be able to salvage our stuff. So just so that you can see functionality to start, this is a bar that lets me know how far into this video I am. So I'm going to stop right here. You see, I'm pouring the oil into the skillet. So I'm going to stop it right there, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to get rid of this, and then I'm going to go into this. And people don't necessarily need to see this whole thing, but if I do want them to see the whole thing, I like to kind of go a little slow, right? And then it's done right here. So I'm going to cut it here. And then the rest of this footage is not necessary because it's just the skillet with oil in it. So I deleted that. And now I'm going to say, okay, I want this to be normal. And then I'm going to go into the speed. And here it's recognizing that I stopped right there. So I'm going to do this, and that's going to be slow, normal motion, right? And then I'm going to make it super fast here. And I'm going to toy with it. I'm going to play with it just to see. So I'm going to stop at 300. I'm going to enter. I'm going to go and see, what does this look like? Fill it up. And of course, it's recording. There you go. This is fun. Anyway, fill it up. And of course, it's recording. Right? But one thing that I want to do is I want to take away my talking. So I'm going to mute that. And there you go. So that can be the first part of me when I'm going to be frying the pork chops. Now, when you're shooting videos, you can get a little stressed out. You can be running around. There could be all these things happening. And I made a boo-boo yesterday. But I'm going to show you how, even though you make a boo-boo, you can still fix this issue that you have and keep going with the recipe that you've just shot. So I made a mistake when I set up the iPhone on the top, and I actually had it recording in slow motion and I did not realize it. So what I ended up doing was downloading all this. I'm going to actually get rid of this part because I can redo that later. I like to kind of bring in my files one by one. So I'm going to bring this file in, and it was 22 minutes long and the quality looks insanely bad. It's going to take a little bit to download because it was obviously 20 minutes. So how do I salvage this when it looks like this? Watch. It's crazy. So slow. That's me talking. It's bad. So I'm going to take, even the image is looking bad because of the slow motion. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to speed, and I'm going to take it up to, let's say, 400. Let's see what happens when I take it up to 400. And now it has to adjust. And this is going to be super normal. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. There's going to be times where you actually don't even hit record. So let's see if this helped in any way. And it might still be down. See? I still need to fix it even more. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it, let's make it 600. Let's see what happens at 600.
You can make Adobe, buy another Adobe brand, but...
Okay, let's make it a little faster. Let's make it 700. Let's see what happens there. Now remember that I am not going to
make Adobe, buy another Adobe brand, but we really do prefer...
Okay, a little faster. So let's go with let's say 750. 750. Let's see what 750 does for me.
You can make Adobe, buy another Adobe brand, but we really do prefer Goya.
Oh my God, I sound like my cousin. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go even a little bit more now. Let's go to 800 because I want my voice to match what I actually sound like, right? So let's go again.
You can make Adobe, buy another Adobe brand, but we really do prefer Goya. So this one will have like
Perfect.
a star.
So this is done. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it here right before I do my first one right there. And then there's other things I'm going to do in a minute that I'm going to show you, but I just wanted to show you this. And it did affect the quality of my video a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to sweat that. That's okay. It happens. I've had some videos that were totally blurred. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just do that little bit, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to leave that in, and then I'm going to go back to the next one. So here I'm still talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. And then I'm going to go in and put the oregano. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to chop this out and off they go. And then now if you notice, I'm going in like this. It's still buffering. Okay, here, hold on.
And it is.
Okay, here we go. Come on.
And it is Goya.
See? And I'm going to mute this because I'm going to get you all confused. So here you go. We're going to see the transition real quick. See, so that was kind of nice. And I didn't mute this one. So now I'm going to continue to do that with all of them. So I'm going to do that. And I don't need to show you the whole thing again. So I'm going to cut it and then go to the next ingredient. Where are the next ingredients? Next ingredients. I keep talking to you. Okay, so I have one garlic, and that looks good. Another garlic, that's glary. And another garlic. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I did it 3 times. Yeah, so I like the first shot. So I'm gonna go over and pick that one. So I'm gonna cut. So here I already have the one ingredient. So I need to just cut this one out. And then if you see the transition, we're going to go from this to this. And then I'm also going to cut it again because obviously I did it 3 times. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to see how fast do I want to cut it. Boom. So I'm going to cut it right there. And then I'm going to come over to here, get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that, and then I'm going to go here and do this. Chop this, and it's going to go from here to there. And then I'm going to continue to do that with the rest. Now, when it comes to actual transitions, here you saw me put in the lime juice. Now, I'm putting in the lime juice, and then it's going quickly to the other one. And I don't want to necessarily do that all the time, so I'm going to go ahead and put an actual transition in there. And I'm going to do just a cross dissolve, and 50 seconds is good. So let's see what this looks like. Let's start here. There's a little something going on with this. I'm going to remove that transition. And I'm going to put it back in again. Sometimes it's a little testy, but here you go. There you go. That's a lot smoother. And then this one, this already gave me a transition here, so I'm good to go. And then here I have this, and then I'm going to add another transition here. And that's good. So I'm going to do this. See, that was really nice and smooth. I like that. So I'm going to cut it there. So I'm going to work on all my transitions and editing, and then I'm going to get back to you with another little thing that I got into when I tried to do this video. Knowing what was going to happen, with this first part of the video, when I was recording it, I actually wanted to mess with you because I wanted you to see, just like what happened with this part of the video, that something can always go wrong. So what I did was I purposely, when I was doing this video, this part of the video, I didn't know at the time that it was recording in slow-mo. I just assumed that it was, just recording normal. So I actually started to shake the table because I wanted to make this part basically useless so that you can understand that you can still salvage something. I had no idea that I actually was going to have to salvage part of this shoot, the first part of the shoot. So that has been worked out. I'll show you later at the end of this how I ended up getting it to work out and look good. So here, I'm telling you, I'm actually going to go ahead and speed up the entire video, this whole one, because I remember I had to go up to like 800 or something, 900. I'm going to leave it at 900. And here, all I'm doing is mixing it in the bowl. So I'm not going to worry about anything, any sound or anything, because I don't have to worry about anything. And as we can see, the image suffered from being in slow motion. So I'm going to go ahead and also mute it. And right now the file is still downloading onto Premiere. So it's going to be probably a little slow, but I'm going to show you how I messed up here purposely because I wanted you to kind of see how, see? So I was telling you, oh, I'm holding it down. I want to make sure whatever, but I was purposely going really hard at the table with my leg so that I can shake it and show you that we can still salvage this piece. So let's go ahead. Let's figure out how we're going to do this, right? I don't know how I'm going to do it either. I'm just trying to think, well, how am I going to get this to work, right? So I'm going to fish around here and see, okay, so which piece can I use that isn't too shaky? Everything's pretty shaky. And unfortunately, Premiere Rush does not have a stabilizing part in here. So I can't even stabilize the video. So something that I'm going to be doing probably is taking the very end. I'm going to go all the way to the end of the video and I'm going to see how does the end of this video look, right? So let me take this away. Let me go to the end here. And as you can see, it's like, it's a long video. So, oh, now you went away too far. And then here I'm covering it and everything. And at this point, I'm still shaking it. So I'm going to do this, right? That looks kind of good, but it's not moving, right? Yeah. So what do I do with this? I'm going to go back. I'm going to see, okay, is it moving here? No. Okay. So let's go back a little bit. Now I'm going to make a decision. Okay. It's playing. It's not moving. So why don't I go back a tad bit further? Let's see. When did I stop moving this around? Right, still moving a lot. Okay, so I have to decide what am I going to do. Okay, so I'm going to wait till I'm done totally doing this, and then I'm going to decide where am I cutting it. Right? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I've decided I'm going to take this little bit right there. Take this little bit right there. This little bit right there, and I'm going to try it. It doesn't mean it's going to work. I'm just going to try it. So I'm doing this, right? This is the last bit of it. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to chop it here. I'm going to all the way to the end of here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you this part here where I'm covering it. So I'm going to say, right? So I'm going to cut it, get rid of this part, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to say, what do I do to make this work? I can either take a screenshot or actually, let me see, I'm still debating. I'm going to do the transition first just to see. And then I'm going to see how does it melt in once it starts. Come on, do it, baby. It's still downloading, so it's going to be a little choppy. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And you know what? I might even actually get rid of this. See, this is how you just sit there and think about it. So I'm going to add a transition again. Where's the transition? Right here. And I'm going to do this, right? Okay, and that's going to be fixed with titles. Ah, perfect. You see, I already thought of that. And then I'm going to make it super short so the rest of the shaking is gone. So boom, that's it. You don't need to see me all the way sealing it. As long as you see me do that, I think we're good. So I'm going to cut that and let's see what happens here. Boom. Let's see. Here we go. And then we move on to the next one. So after this, I'm actually going to cook it. So I'm going to bring in some of the video and then we'll go from there. In the skillet again, so I'm going to go ahead and do the skillet just like I showed you before with the oil. I'm going to start by getting here. I'm going to stop it, cut it, get rid of that. I'm going to do the whole thing up to here, right there, cut that. This is done. I'm going to add a transition, right? It's there, put that away. And then right now we have this. So we came from seasoning,
Fill it up.
covering. Whoops.
And of course, this is recording.
Let me mute it. Let me mute it. Okay, here we go. Let's start again. So you'll see the transition is actually super nice. Cover. Hello. It's great, right? So I don't even probably have to speed it up a little bit, but I just think it'll look nice. So I'm going to stop it there and I'm going to speed it up right there where you see it, but I don't want to go a little too crazy. Maybe I'll do like a 300 here, maybe 250. Let's do 250. Oh, 245 is fine. Let's see what that looks like. And then now we go on to the next one. And I'm going to stay with you while I bring in the next one. So, so here, this is the one I just had in. This one I like because I can, go and look at what I've shot. Here I was telling you how I was moving the camera, how it's centering the camera. Now here, let me see. Here is, where is it? Yeah, here's where I actually put the chops in there. So I'm going to add that one. And that came in. Now I'm going to chop this. And here I was telling you how I was going to get it closer and closer. And I did that. And now I'm going to go ahead and find it. It's going to be a little slow because it's still processing in Premiere. So I'm going to go and find that spot where I'm putting in the pork chops into this pan. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, so this is, I love this part. This is my fun part. So I'm going to do this. So covered it, and then I'm going to chop right here, get rid of this, and I'm going to make sure I mute it so that you don't hear me talking again. So this is done, and I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, right? 2. And I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to check out what the rest of this is. So I'm going to cut it actually. And I'm going to make sure the transition's good. Oh, let me go back a little bit more. And here, I don't like that this transition is black. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to make it a regular transition. Let me see. See if it's still black. So I'm going to get rid of the transition and I'm going to add the right transition. And sometimes for some reason it goes into a dipping black, but I don't want that. So now instead of dipping black, it's going to go into straight there, see? And then I'm going to do one, I'll do another, and boom, I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to cut it right there, get rid of that little bit, and then I'm going to go do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm going to make it fast for the rest of the pieces. So I'm going to cut it, make this fast. I'm going to do 400. Usually how I speed up is at 400. Let's see what happens. And then I'm not going to put a transition there because it's not necessary. So watch. And then it goes back to slow, normal, I should say. And then I want to show that I'm going to cover it. So I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to clip it. Done. And then, and off I go. Done. And this is not necessary. So I'm deleting this part. So let's go back to the whole process of getting it from the oil all the way now into that pan. And put 2 pieces in regular motion, and then we're going to speed up to do the other pieces, and then boom, I'm covering it. Now I am going to do a transition here so that you can see the difference. So I'm going to put a transition. Let's do that one. And now I want you to see how it goes from me putting on the lid. See, I like that a little better. It's a little cleaner. So I'm going to leave it like that. Back now with the other side of the pan. Now, something that I don't like is to make my viewer wait too long for the next step of the recipe. So here I put in the shot from the other side and I opened it up. Now, when I'm hitting play, I'm not turning over the chops right away. So that's just kind of sitting there. I don't want you to have to wait and wait and wait. So even though it's not a long wait, it's still long for our viewers. So this is what's going to happen. It's open. I'm going to go ahead actually and cut it so that it's basically just me opening it a little bit. And then I'm going to go right over to where you see me going in. So I'm going to chop this part out. And then you're going to see. Now we're going to see whether it's seamless or not. It's a little seamless, but not as seamless as I'd like. So because it's the same image, I'm going to go ahead and see what happens here. I wish I had the right terminology for this stuff, but I don't. So hang in there with me. Here we go. See, that's better. See, you can even tell a difference from one scene to the next one. So there you go. And then I did one by one, and then I dropped that one. So I'm going to stop here, right? Because you remember I picked the 4th one up and I dropped it. So I'm going to go ahead, do 2 of them, right? And then I'm going to stop it. I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to where I dropped it, and I'm just going to do that. Let's see how this looks, right? And then I am definitely going to put a cross dissolve there. Let's take this out, and then let's see how it looks. Go back to this. Nice. Got one, and I can even probably speed it up a little bit too, but I'll see what it looks like. So editing can take a long time, you see? There you go. You don't see anything really, but here, these 2, I think I want it a tad bit faster. So I'm going to go in and make it maybe, I don't know, 150. Let's see what happens there. See what happens there. So I don't want you to wait too long. I want you to see me just turn it over. There you go. Next piece. There you go. And that's it. It's already done. Okay. So now I've already turned it over. We came back here. Let's see. Turn over, and that's where it goes. I'm going to cut that there because you don't need to see all of that. And then I'm going to show myself covering it again because it's not done. So let's see. Do I want a transition? It's not the best transition. Let's just put in a transition in here because clearly I love transitions. So here we go. I'm going to get rid of the black one here because it's not needed. And I'm going to go back and show you guys again. And that's that. I'm going to cut it right at where I cover it. Boom, you're out. Next clip coming in. The one where I am taking out the pork chops from the pan. So I'm going to hide this thing because it's taking up a lot of space. And I'm going to go here because this is where it's at. So it's right here. So I covered it from before and now it's pretty much done. So now I'm deciding, okay, what do I do? I'm talking to you still. I'm checking to make sure it's done. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now I've decided I'm moving the camera. So I move the camera to this side for you. And now I'm adjusting it for you so that you could see, and I guess I'm still talking to you. And then here we go. Here we go. When are you set, Belky? Set yourself up, girl. Okay, so here we go. It's still processing, if you notice at the top, so it just gets super slow. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put my shopping block. You're blocked, you're out. And now I'm gonna make sure I put a transition here because I know I'm gonna want it. So I'm putting it here. And I know this is a little slow, but hopefully you're getting something out of this. So I'm gonna take this and see the transition is great. And then let's see how long it took me. It didn't take me too long. Let's see.
Take this off this way.
Volume. You're always gonna forget the volume. It's the worst. Okay. And I'm not doing this the way I normally would do it because you'd be sitting here 5 hours. And it also feels like it's been 5 hours now, and I feel bad that I keep talking. Okay, so I uncovered it, and then I'm just gonna take them out one by one. So I took one, right? So let's see, let's find a way to make this a quick transition. So I opened it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna go to right here. So because I don't want you to watch so much dead time, so I'm going to come back up and add a transition, and let's see what that looks like. Yeah, there you go. You see? So it doesn't look like any time elapsed. And then I'm going to make sure I let you see two pieces, right? And then I believe I moved it. Yes. So I did one piece, then I did a second piece, right? And then I'm going to do that. So I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to make this, let me see. I took one, I put it away. I'm going to stop it, claw up. I'm going to go ahead and get to that second piece. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of this middle part. I'm going to add a dissolve again. And then now let's see what it looks like. There you go. Stop. I'm going to cut it even sooner. You're dead. Okay, here we go. And then now I'm going to go ahead and take this and move it to there, right? Make sure. And then I'm going to do that. Stop it right here. I'm going to take this out, put in a dissolve, cross dissolve, and then let's see. Now I'm going to stop it and make it more seamless. So cut. I'm going to come here to the next piece coming in, stop here, go ahead here. So I usually do it pretty fast, but because I'm trying to tell you this, I'm a little slower, but there you go. There you go. Let me see. Boom. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now I'm going to cut it. Probably, let me see. My tongs are in the way. There you go, right there. Cut, and then the rest of this is gone. So you're gone, right? So now this looks like this. And off I go to the next one. Okay, I am bringing in now that serving part where my husband helped me with cutting the pork chop, and we went outside to shoot that. So right now I am going to make sure, here it is, I'm going to add the transition, actually going to mute first. I'm going to add the transition really quick just because I want to do that and get that out of the way. I also don't like the fact that, if you notice, I have my board showing everywhere and I don't want to show. So I'm going to go ahead and let me get rid of that transition, and I'm going to crop it. So I'm going to take a little bit off the right from my husband's hand, and I'm going to take a little bit off the top, right? And then that's done. Now you can see I'm going to actually expand this and move the image. And that way now I have a close-up of my husband doing that. I'm going to go ahead, come back here, see how this works. Okay, so here he had uncovered it like I showed you. And I am going to make sure I stop it right as he goes in there, right? So I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to do this. See how this looks? And now I just deleted the transition I had. So let's see how this looks. Okay, so he's going a little slow because remember I was taking pictures at the same time. So right now I'm going to let him cut it. And then I'm going to let him take it up. And then it ends there, right? So I'm going to take this black transition out and I'm going to speed it up. I'm going to make sure that it looks a little normal. I'm going to take it to 200 first just to see what that looks like. But I think it's going to be a little faster than that, but let's see. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this. He's going to cut it. He's going to start going up with it, and then I'm going to cut it here to end the video. So I'm going to make it a tad bit faster again. Let's make it 300. Let's see. And off he goes. Now I'm going to bring in my ending to my file. So I have a Belky's Twist file. Where's that? Belky's Twist. And I'm going to bring in my out row and I'm going to add it here. And there it is. And I don't think I need a transition for that because it has one already built in. So we're going to do this. Let's do that. And then that's it. But maybe I will put it in. Let's see if it looks better. And then here we go. And that's that, right? Now to start, I like to take this. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to bring this all the way to the beginning of my episode. All the way to the beginning. All the way to the beginning. And I'm going to dump it right in here. And let's see. So this is a copy of the other one, right? Edited the way it was edited and everything, right? So that's that. And I'm going to probably cut it a little bit and not use the whole thing. Kind of do that. And then cut it there. And I'm going to add an intro to that. And let me see. And I don't want a black one, so I'm going to delete that transition and I'll do a white one. And then let's see. And then I'm going to start there. So, but I just realized that I also want to put in my intro. So I'm going to put in my intro. Oops. There you go. It's now in there. So it's in the wrong spot. So I'm going to move it over to in between here. So it's going to go. Let's get you out of here, you guys. Right, starts here, so I don't want that white. So I'm going to do this and stop it here, get rid of this, and then add my transition again. Let's see how this looks. Because you want people to see what you're cooking right away. So this is my intro, and I actually did that in Adobe After Effects. They have some great templates online, and then I go straight into my cooking. And then here I'm going to go ahead and add a title. And I'm in love with this title right now. And I'm going to use this one. And sometimes it gets testy and it doesn't let you add it. But I'm going to do it again. Come on. There you go. Here's the title. I'm going to push it here. And I want it only for this. And I'm going to come up here. It says follow us on social media, which is not what I want it to say. I want it to say fried. Oh, I want them uppercase. Fried Dominican. And I'm going to do space. pork chops. And it's not spelled right, fried Dominican pork chops. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come here and I'm going to make sure the text stays white. I'm going to make it bigger. I want to outline on this one. Don't mess with me. Here. I'm going to add an outline and I'm going to take a color from my branding, which is the green kind of color, but it's like a greenish blue. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to add it like this to this. And then, okay. And then I'm going to take the outline and make it a little bit wider. I'm going to take that bar that's red and I'm going to go up here, take that bar, bring it down to that same kind of color. There we go. And then that's kind of it. I don't need anything else. I'm done there. All I have to do now is move it to wherever I want it. In this case, I think it looks better down here and maybe even a little smaller. And then put it here. And then what I'm going to do now is see how does this look. Right? So here you go. Let's go back to it again. I like where it's at, but it is coming in the way of him cutting it. So I'm going to put it a little further back, a tad bit smaller. And I don't like it on the top. I don't know. I'm kind of like not into it on the top. So I'm going to bring it back down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and move it a little further out so it doesn't come in right as it starts. And let's see if that's better. Yeah, that's better. And then it goes straight into the episode, my intro, and you see it. And I don't like to use this intro. I only use it for YouTube. I don't use it for Pinterest or anything else. Now, here, if I was really, really picky, I would be taking every single one of these with the marinating part, the seasoning, and making the wood to be more even. But that's going to take a lot longer, and I don't want to take up your time doing that. So I'd rather just show you what I do now. I'm going to add all the captions, and I'm not sure which caption I want, but I think I'm just going to go with this caption, the comic caption. I really like that one. It's right here. I inserted it. So I can either put it for all the seasoning or I can do it for each single one. So let's see. I'm going to do one, and then after that, I'll just put them all in, and then we'll get back to you to end the whole episode. I'm going to do lime juice. Lime juice. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the color to the, let me see, where is it again? Styles now. As you can see, I am still myself learning the shape. This is it. I'm going to come into the shape. I want to have it with my branding kind of color. So I'm going to go back in and make it green. And then I'm going to go back up here and take the text color and make it white. I'm going to go all the way down here. It's white. And I like that. And then you can see. But I would like for it to be a little bit bigger. And I like that. I'm going to move it down just a tad bit. Right? So it'll be coming in kind of like this. But that green is a little too green for my liking right now. So I'm going to go back in and go into shape. And I'm going to change the color to a little bit of a brighter green. See? And then, let's see, do I want a shadow? No, I'll leave it without a shadow. And I'll just go back again, maybe even make it a tad bit smaller. And put it here. So let's see what this is going to look like now, if it's going to make me happy. And trust me, I can toy with this all day long. Here we go. And then now I'm going to repeat it with the rest. One thing I must mention is that I like to take that same one because I don't want to have to repeat myself everywhere. Oh, actually, I forgot to change the font. I don't want this font. I like a simple font. Okay, guys, so I did change the font because I didn't like the other font too much. So now I have it, it's a little bit more modern. So I did that, see? Now I'm going to go ahead and put it onto all the other ones. Actually take this title and I duplicate it and I bring it down here. That way I have the same exact font size, the same color in the background, and I just have to go ahead and change the ingredient here. And then of course I'm going to edit it so that it fits into that one ingredient. So we go back, if you notice it'll be the same. Lime juice, oregano, and then we'll go on with the rest. I use music from Soundstripe. I actually really like it. I don't think they have enough of my type of Latin music, but I do like that this is $15 a month. And I have license to use all the songs that I would like, and it's pretty cool. So I actually already went through the songs that are available to me, and I have picked this one. It's all cute. Anyway, so I'm going to use that one, and I'm going to be incorporating it into the video. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. Bring in the song now. So I'm going to go to my media again. I'm going to go in here. And this was the song. So I'm going to add the song to my project, and let's listen a little bit. The music just gives it a whole other perspective, and that's why I love adding music, because it just kind of keeps people there. You see? It's awesome. And I'm actually dancing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the music, and I'm going to go to the very end of the project, and I'm going to push this in because I don't want it to be longer than my project actually is. And then I'm going to add a transition. So this transition is added right there at the end. If you notice right there, so it's going to fade to black. And that's it. And then I can make the transition longer. As in, where is it that I can do that? There it is. So I can make the transition be, actually, I can't do it on this one. That's interesting. Anyway, it doesn't matter because right here is what matters. Most people are going to drop off right after this, but you get it, right? It's really cool. So in order for you to watch the whole episode, edited, and I made it very short on purpose. It's in 1 minute and 19 seconds. So I'm going to attach it at the end of this so you can see the entire thing, and it will also stand solo on my YouTube channel. So if you have any questions, go ahead. Let me know. I am super excited to answer any questions about this. Of course, I also use iMovie, so they're both pretty easy to use once you get used to it. iMovie comes free with my computer, and then this Premiere Rush is from Adobe, and it's $10 a month for it, but I think it's worth it. I think it's really worth your money. So let's go ahead, let's watch the project, and if I can do this, trust me, you can do this too. See you later. Bye.